Tonight on CTV News, we have a look at a pro-life issue around the local area. Plus, later on, we have a construction update.
All this plus sports, weather, and entertainment starting now.
Good evening, and thanks for watching our first news show of the semester. I'm Willis Scott.
And I'm Marla Lundak. Here's the latest in the world.
Mayor Wade Troxel will speak at the annual State of the City address on Monday, January 30th. It will take place from 6 in the evening till 7 and will be located at the Fort Collins Armory, 314 East Mountain Avenue. The mayor and the city manager, Darren Atbury, will explore innovation, co-creation, and how the city has become a platform for both. City Council will discuss and review the accomplishments in 2016 and then discuss the new city goals for 2017. Residents of Fort Collins are welcome to the event to learn more about solving problems and ways to become more engaged in the community. Space is limited, so people planning to attend the event are required to RSVP at fcgov.com/State of the City.
Danforth Chapel, which had its historic stained glass window broken during a burglary this past fall, will replace the broken window this summer. According to Fred Habericht, Assistant Director of Facilities Management at Colorado State University, the total preliminary cost for the window is less than $10,000. Emil Fry and Company has partnered with the university in order to repair the window. They are using pictures taken of the window as well as some of the stained glass that was salvaged after the burglary. According to Habericht, the window was installed in 1954 when the chapel was built and is part of the original building design, all of which was designed and fabricated by Emil Fry and Company of St. Louis.
The pro-life group at CSU is suing the university. They say their free speech was stifled when they were denied money offered to clubs who bring speakers to campus. CSU offers grant money to student clubs who bring speakers to campus. The Students for Life Club president, Emily Faulkner, says her club was denied a grant because their pro-life speaker wasn't considered unbiased.
It's a free speech issue. It's not about pro-life, pro-choice. It's a free speech issue. And so when people try to silence your viewpoint, it really makes me mad because our founding fathers would not have stood for this. Right? They wrote the Constitution, they wrote the First Amendment very intentionally and with very specific things in mind. And the fact that a university could possibly get away with something like this is it's just outrageous to me.
Students in the Free Speech Plaza say they're concerned when hearing that the Students for Life Club may not be benefiting from the same grants that other clubs receive from the university.
I think every organization should have the same amount. I mean, even with things like Greek Life and things like that too. I mean, they should be able to have speakers that are paid for by the university.
Oh my gosh, I really don't like that. That actually bothers me. I mean, we all have our own opinions and they should be funding it. It's a student organization, it's a student club. Students come from different backgrounds, different beliefs. They should be funding that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just really sad about that. That's not even my side and I'm kind of bummed by it,
The suit is still in its early stages. Faulkner says she wants to make the Diversity Grant Review Board write a more objective policy about who gets grants and why. CSU has not yet been able to comment on the allegations.
A collision involving two vehicles at the intersection of Giddings Road and Richards Lake Road, about 6 miles north of campus, resulted in major injuries Sunday evening. The collision occurred when a state trooper driving their personal vehicle failed to stop at a stop sign. A 2017 Buick Enclave was hit by a 2016 Toyota Camry, and both vehicles ended up northeast of the intersection in a field. The driver of the Enclave and the front seat passenger had serious injuries and were transported to the Poudre Valley Hospital. The state trooper and their adolescent passenger were transported to the medical center of the Rockies with serious injuries. The Fort Collins police crash team shut down the intersection of the collision for 5.5 hours while the scene was being investigated. Police believe that no alcohol or drugs were involved in the collision. The investigation is still ongoing and will be presented to the Larimer County District Attorney's Office for review after the investigation is concluded.
Fort Collins police shot a suspect out of a home near Rocky Mountain High School Saturday morning. The shooting on the 1600th block of Hastings Drive resulted from what has now been confirmed as a fake 911 call. Austin Snodgrass, the 24-year-old suspect who is now in critical condition, called 911 at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. He falsely reported that there was an intruder in his home stabbing his roommate. When two officers arrived on the scene, Snodgrass, who at the time officers believed to be the fabricated intruder, exited the home holding a gun. Officer Matthew Braid fired several shots hitting Snodgrass, sprayed was wearing a body camera at the time of the incident. It was later discovered that Snodgrass was holding a fake gun when he walked out of the house. Snodgrass was transported to the medical center of the Rockies and is in critical condition. Neither officer was injured in the incident. Contrary to Snodgrass's 911 call, there was no sign of disturbance and no one else in the home at the time of the incident. Right now, we are going to our live reporter, Bryn Carmen, for an update on construction.
What can you tell us, Bryn?
Good evening, Willis and Marlowe. CSU has been living up to its nickname of Construction State University the past few months as more and more construction projects have emerged. The newest construction development is the overpass at Shields and Elizabeth that began in December and is expected to be completed sometime in August. The project is currently in phase 2, which means traffic on Shields is reduced to one lane each way traveling north and southbound. There will be a complete closure of Shields Street from February 25th to March 19th, pending the weather conditions. This closure will complete phase 2 and begin phase 3. Phase 3 will also consist of various lane closures on Elizabeth, specifically near the Campus West businesses. Now jumping over a few streets to the east side of campus, reconstruction on the intersection of Prospect Road and College Avenue is preparing for more construction as well between mid-February and mid-April. Construction on the road will include turn lanes as well as an upgraded traffic signal to work on the road. This will also be in cooperation with other city and CSU projects such as the new medical center that is being built on the northwest corner of the intersection. The final and current construction site is the new CSU football stadium that is on track to finish in time for the 2017 football season. According to Source, Lake Street will be closed at the stadium site from now until February 17th. The closure is from Whitcomb Street to the west side of the stadium fence. The road closure is because the construction site will be using a crane those weeks to place the scoreboard as well as building a support structure for the board. Now CSU PD urges all commuters to leave enough time to travel to your destination and use alternative routes for your everyday roads if they are being affected by the current construction projects. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Bryn. That will do it for news, but weather anchor Sierra Symes has the full forecast for next week.
Then later on, we have sports and entertainment.